U.U.U. What's up, guys? I want to talk to you guys about Patreon. I know some of you guys are looking at my videos and being like, what's up, man? Your videos are like 10 seconds long, 15 seconds long. What are you doing? Oh, you want us to go to Patreon and check it out? What's going on? Why we got to go over to Patreon to see videos? I see you guys' questions, so I just wanted to give you an answers video to Patreon. Why Patreon? And what I think about people who join Patreon. All right, so first of all, Patreon is I created Patreon for two reasons. The first reason is because you guys request. So you guys have requests for me to, hey man, do this, hey man, do that. You know, I want to satisfy my hungry followers. And when I mean by hungry, some of you guys would be like cyberbullying. You guys get down in the comments and get aggressive. Do this, do this. Hey man, do this. Hey man, do that. Do another video. Hey man, when are you gonna do mine? Oh man, I told you should do this. Well. And then I do the draft, and you guys are waiting for me to get to your band, and it just seems like forever that I'm gonna get there. And you're like, oh God, he ain't did my band yet. Oh, come on man, come on man. When you do my request, man, do my request, man. I'm gonna put my request in bold in the comments 10 times back to back. Make sure he sees it. It's like calm down, man, calm down. Okay, so I'm gonna create a Patreon for my hungry followers, so you guys can get your voice heard, get your request in, sit back and relax and say, hey, I paid my $10. I know he's gonna do my request, so I can just sit back and relax and watch his other videos, knowing that he's gonna get to mine. And then there's you guys who want me to improve the quality of my videos. You guys are like, why? Guys, YouTube has these rules, right? So I can only upload certain pieces of a song so many seconds long to get around all these little hurdles that they put in the way of their rules. YouTube got these rules of copyright strikes, blocking videos, and I got to put them up and get creative and put them up in speed, you know, chickmunk mode. I'm all doing the video all fast, and the video quality is all choppy and all chuckmunk mode, and you're just like, man, I just want to hear how the song really sounds and not this sped up mode. I have to do that to get around YouTube rules. So in order to do that, I go to Patreon. I got them up there, longer snippets. They're good 30 seconds long. You really get the feel of a good verse and a hook that comes in, and a good solo that don't get abruptly chopped off. And we just, you know, vibing out, and you get a good feeling there. The video quality is much longer. The song snippets are longer. I don't have to worry about videos getting blocked and all that good stuff. So that's two. That's the second reason right there, to get around YouTube blockers, satisfy my hungry followers. And yeah, man, that's basically why Patreon is so good, man. It's so much. That's where everybody's going, because the more YouTube makes rules, the more YouTube cuts funds and slaps ads all on you and make the watching experience pretty bad. Okay, we're moving on over here to Patreon. We ain't got to worry about ads. We ain't got to worry about chopped up videos. We ain't got to worry about chickmunk mode. You guys are getting your requests heard. And the most important thing about Patreon, guys, is Patreon is for Patreon is for what? How can I say this? The type of person that joins Patreon has a hobby. If that makes sense, guys. Hobbies are stupid to people who aren't in the hobby. So let's say you're into watches, and you spend $10,000 on a Rolex. Somebody who's not in the hobby is gonna say, oh, that's stupid. Why would you pay $10,000 for a piece of metal on your wrist when my phone tells just as good enough time? You hear that, but you kind of you dismiss it because they're not in the hobby. It's like, okay, so whenever somebody says something about why would you join Patreon, they're not a metalhead. So you can just kind of like, okay, yeah, dismiss them because you're not a true metalhead. You're not the guy who's, you know, texting your friends your music takes all the time, and they kind of roll their eyes like, oh, here this guy goes talking about music again. You can kind of get the feel when somebody's not into your hobby. You're trying to find oh, you're into the metal hobby too. You'd be happy to get yourself another metalhead friend so y'all can chop it up about stuff, because you're driving your friends and family members who can care less about your music takes, and you can talk to people who care about that thing. So that's what Patreon is. You join Patreon, another person join Patreon, you bump into 10 people who are metalheads, and y'all are talking to each other about your top fives and what albums came out this year. What was the best album of 1970, 1980, 1990? Who's the top? Who this versus who? And you guys, we get to just geek out right here into Patreon, because this is where you find metalheads that aren't gonna say, silly things, dismissive things, as if they're not a hobbyist. They're not into the hobby. So Patreon is for people that are into the hobby. So you're gonna spend money on things that you're into that people are gonna find stupid. If you're into cars and you want to put some tint on it and you want to upgrade the muffler, and I can't tell you how many times somebody said, oh, why is the car making so much noise? That's dumb, that's stupid. Well, they're not into the hobby. Why would you put rims on your car? It makes it look so this and this and that. Well, you're not into the car hobby. Why would you put music in your... You're not into the car hobby. You're not into the biker hobby. Why would you do this? Why would you dress? Why would you spend... Who would spend money on? Who would spend money on? The people who would spend money are the people that is into the hobby. I can't get that through your head. So yeah, man, if you guys are true metalheads, then it's no big deal to join a Patreon, because you're into the hobby. That's what you do. You're a metalhead. You want to talk about this. You want to talk about this with your fellow metalheads. So yeah, man, that's enough of that rant right there. I just want to explain to you guys what's going on here. I'm in Patreon because Beatles is blocking my videos, and the only way I can get them bad boys up that's not all in chickmuck mode, all chopped up and distorted, is to join Patreon to get you some nice clean videos over there. And also you can join your metalhead family. All right, man, just wanted to let you guys know that's where I'm at, man. So come on, all right. Ow.